Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to RSF1's F1 division. We are here for round number 12 of the season. We don't have very long to go before the end of this season and this game before we transition on to the next one. But until then, we need to decide who our winners are going to be in all our championships. Today, we are slightly different, as you can probably tell already. Unfortunately, JD Devil Noob is unavailable to do the commentary or the streaming today, so you're going to have to put up with good old me, BHA Firefish. I am going to be taking you through the action of the F1 division. We are just in the lobby, ready to go. Surprise, surprise also, it's sprint week, which, to be honest, considering I should be on top of everything, considering I do a lot of commentating for RSF1, I should know about this. I didn't. There you go. So we're going to have two races for you, along with a short qualifying, which is going to be 12 laps for the first race and the good old-fashioned 36 laps for the 50% race as well. I will be joined by Rodders very shortly, but until then, again, you're going to have to deal with me. But I hope everyone is very good and well over your Easter weekend. Hopefully everything has gone well for you. Good evening, Resilience. Yeah, I'm great, thanks. I've had a lovely Easter weekend. I'm back to work tomorrow, which, I wish it wasn't the case. But before that, we have a lovely F1 division to take you through, and an intriguing championship as well, which I will go over. But here we are at Mexico, the official kind of name for this, the Autodromo something. Exactly, completely remember. Even though I have my book in front of me and it doesn't tell me, it just says the Mexico City Street Circuit. I know there's like something, but yeah, all good, all good. Yeah, this is an intriguing track. We've got the massive front straight, which you'll see in a bit. We've also got the tight and twisty middle sector, which track limits are a thing in general around this track. And then you've also got the stadium section of the last sector as well. A slight difference here as well is because we have two races and the sprint race format, it is a short qualifying. We only have 18 minutes to decide the grid for the opening race. And if everybody remembers about tyres, when you have a sprint race format, you need to look after them. You can't just use them, because then you don't have many left for your races that you're about to head. So this should be an interesting one. No one out yet. Come on, don't be shy. But we have 14 drivers here today. Slightly less than last couple of weeks, but it's still a healthy amount. We have our usual runners and riders here. Runner red, do not go on your wet tyres, please. It's not raining in the slightest, as you can see. Unless it's different on your screen. We have a car. We have a car. Who is it? It's Jengus. It's Jengus in the Mercedes. Hang on. Ah, there we go. My voice was lost for a second. Jengus Logan in the Mercedes is first out onto the track. His teammate of Invade is going to follow.
Hey everyone, how are we doing? Sorry, I'm a bit late. It's Rodders here, teaming up with one of the best commentators that we have in RSF1.
No, you can't say that. You can't say that. We're all good. There is no pecking order. There is no pecking order. But thank you anyway. Have you included your audio?
I have.
I hope you have. Yes, good evening, Rodders. I think this is the first time we've worked together. First time in the box together.
For the first time in a long time.
Wait, I've worked with you before?
Yes. Long time ago.
You're going to have to remind me when that was.
I believe it was the first season I was on comms, and you were here as well. So a couple of seasons ago.
Yeah. A lot has changed since then. That's probably the reason why. But how are you today? Are you looking forward to this race? Or races, should I say?
Well, I am looking forward to it, to be honest with you. It'd be nice to see how a sprint race actually goes around here. Obviously, it's all done by random. So, yeah. I'm hoping for some clean racing and some entertaining racing as well. But, you know, beggars can't be choosers at the end of the day. So we'll just have to see what happens.
Yeah, and I know you've done a few commentaries for the F1 division as Jenkins drifts his way through turn one. Good start. Yeah, have you kept up to complete date of what's been going on in the F1 division?
No, I haven't, to be honest with you.
All right, let's give you a quick recap then. So basically, this championship is kind of whittled down to a 2-horse race, maybe a 3-horse race, because you've got every week it seems that Drastic Blaze and SLR Evo are kind of pushing each other for the win of the championships. And then all of a sudden, we have Runner Red entering the mix. And Runner Red has immediately started to take it to them because, again, I don't want to sort of bring the other drivers down. They are all very capable and they are a lot quicker than me. So I cannot bring them down, otherwise they will come at me with pitchforks. But yeah, Runner Red, Evo and Blaze have been basically battling it out for the championship. So much so that they have a decent gap over everybody else in the championship. That's basically that.
Fastest time set by Grunty with a 16.8.
Yeah, not bad. Yeah, it's basically ended up like that. You got Evo in the AlphaTauri and Blaze in the Alfa Romeo. They are being towards the top as Tekkas go to a 16.5. That's basically it. The championship is close between Blaze and Evo. Evo beat Blaze in Canada last week, so takes a 9-point lead into this round. As I said, Runner Red's not completely out of it. He is 34 points back, on the lead. That's basically it. But could we have somebody else step up, Rodders? As Easton goes 16.4.
I'd like to see Easton back on the top of the podium there. But it'd be nice to see some other people there as well. So like Hudson or MK6, maybe Genghis Logan.
MK6 actually is one of the very new drivers, I believe. This is his first race. I don't remember seeing that name before.
Yeah, he is. He's brand new.
Yeah, so good start as well in a 16.6 as Matty in the Ferraris just binned it. Just by turn 2, I think. Let me see if I can jump on with MK6. And yeah, he's just binned it. He exited that corner, so that's a bit sudden.
Monty nearly went into the back of another car coming into the pits. He's had to brake and avoid it, and he's nearly hit the red marker board at the pit lane entrance.
Comes Dan Burnett to go up to a 16.4 narrowly by 0.003 of a second, beat Easton at the top. Dan Burnett's coming into a nice little run of form as well. Got second place last time out in Canada. So I was hoping to carry that on. So a very good lap from Burnett there.
Sorry if I'm a bit quiet, everyone. I'm eating my dinner while I'm on comms.
It's alright, you got no worries, you got time. What you got for dinner, just out of curiosity? Not to be too nosy. He's enjoying it. That's what I can tell.
Sorry, I had a mouthful.
No response, it's fine.
I've got like wraps, but in the shape of boats, so you can stuff it.
Oh yeah, I've seen, yeah.
There's a picture in the comms chat for you.
Okay. I'll see that later. Obviously, focusing on it. Yeah, as long as you're enjoying it, and yeah, don't rush it, Rodders. Don't rush it. You got time. It's fine. Hudson goes into a 16.8 meantime. So who's about to lap? Well, you got Evo and Blaze, ironically very close to one another. At start lap, and you got Runner Red, very close. So let's ride on board of Evo, our new championship leader after Canada, a third place and the fastest lap, whilst Blaze DNF'd in Canada. So this is all on Evo now as he goes across the main start-finish straight down towards turn 1. It is about 300 meters long, which is as tall as the Eiffel Tower, by the way, which I found out how tall the Eiffel Tower was this morning. down into turn 1, 2, and 3. Got to be very careful of the orange sausage curbs on the inside there. Can really throw your car out. And then down to this little straight here with DRS open. You can lunge it up on the inside. You might see a few people do that into turn 4. But turn 5 immediately follows.
Like the 400 meter straight.
Mm-hmm. And then down into 6, 7, right-hander. And now this is the key part of the lap, the S section. You can have real confidence in the car as you keep turning it through. It is so easy to go with all 4 tyres over the white line, but Evo's done that absolutely perfectly and kept good speed up as he goes through the middle sector, apparently purple. And then into the middle sector, hit those orange curbs again. A bit too much in the opening corner, and then through this kind of fiddly sort of section underneath the bridge. Again, curbs a little bit strong, but this should go fastest, I'd imagine. And it does by a 10th, just under. His rival's following him of Blaze, and I think it was Runner Red, who's invalidated 17A, and in fact Blaze is also invalidated, so one up on Evo already.
Going to the IRL, Gunter Steiner has been given a new role within F1.
Oh.
Yep, he is now the new ambassador for the Miami GP.
Okay.
Which has been confirmed by F1 sources.
What does he actually do? Because that sounds like a job that, it must be a thing, but...
Making sure that everything runs okay. I'm guessing. Make sure everyone's happy.
I thought, it's not Michael Massey anymore, but whoever has Michael Massey's role, I thought that was a thing. They make sure it all goes right everywhere. They follow F1 around.
Yeah, but he is just designated for that track.
Okay. Can he make the track better? Can you make the racing better there?
Well, if he puts his colourful language into play, then yeah, he might. And also, Lawrence Stroll has said if Adrian Newey comes to Aston Martin as the chief car designer, he will pay them what he pays one of his drivers.
Ooh. Good luck from Techers there to nearly beat Evo. Blaze beats Evo by just over a tenth, a 16-2 now. It is 2 tenths covering the top 6 at the moment, which is another thing about this track, which you may find this week with qualifying especially. It is very, very close times. In fact, it is 4 tenths covering the top 9. So it's fantastic to see. So good competitive stuff early on.
Yeah, this division has always been close.
Muddy Biscuit's done for a sec. I noticed Muddy Biscuit, by the way, has reformed back into his previous profile or gamer tag, because it used to be a Just Tangent. So because it's a previous game tag, I guess he keeps his points. Not technically a new one.
Well, I don't know. I think he does. Well, under the new rules anyway now, I think you're allowed like 1 free name change.
Oh, okay. Crazy Fish and Ferrari Connie on a 17-0. Middle sector is only 400ths up though. Goes into the stadium section. Again, this is very fiddly through this. Though I don't think you can really make it better. So, just the way the corners are. As Crazy Fish does improve, but stays 11th on a 16-9. Right, who else do we have? Got Grunty coming in. Burnett just coming through the first sector. Drivers again. I don't know if you remember, I was saying before you joined, Rodders, obviously with the sprint race format, obviously you've got 2 races to think about. You got tyres to think about as well. You've got to be very careful, even though it's a short quali, to not sort of overuse them. Like saving a set of soft tyres could be very beneficial for one of the races, if not both of them.
Oh yeah, definitely. But you've also got to add, since it's, Mexico, you've got to possibly add in rain as well.
We haven't been told about any rain really whatsoever. As Hudson improves by a tenth but stays 10th.
I would rather not. I would like it to be a surprise.
Yeah, I discussed this with Orphan, okay, apparently according to Invade, we are restarting after qualifying. Okay, I don't know how... I know, yeah, you could still do it with a sprint race. Reason why Invade? Is there a setting change or something? Or laggy lobby settings are wrong, Caden confirmed. Oh, great. See, I didn't check the settings because I assumed they would be correct. So, okay, that shouldn't take too long. Safety cars on broadcast. Oh my god. Actually, I've not seen it, go broadcast from a spectating point of view. I guess it would work the same way, with transition, but I don't know. That'd have been fun. Oh well. Guess that makes sense.
No, it doesn't. On broadcast view, everyone goes into AI mode and then the game takes over. And then puts it into, how we see here.
Oh, I see. So from our point of view, it would have been normal. Just lots of AI cars driving around for a bit.
Yeah, so this is like broadcast view as we see here, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
So you see the cars drive around like this.
Yeah.
Whereas normal, you're in control of the car. And you're just racing like it's ordinary. But broadcast view takes over your car and puts everyone into an AI mode.
Very big wobbles for Meeson. Oh, and he's cut the corner through this stadium section, so that's that run done, and he will go back in. And whether he'll come back out again, he did kind of speed into the pit lane, I guess, so
right.
Probably wants to.
Food's done.
I hope he didn't eat that too quickly.
Oh, I eat quick anyway.
It's not worth going through, etc. All this.
Oh, I eat that quick anyway.
Fair enough. Right, let's see. We got 2 minutes 40 to go. This is where the business point is coming. We got front row Blaze and Evo at the moment, but it's very, very close. Eckers and Burnett on the second row. Easton and Logan. I'd expect Runner Red will be higher than what he is at the moment, 8th, but he's only 3 tenths behind pole at the moment.
I'm just looking at the Williams Garage pit arms. They look pretty cool, actually.
Okay.
I've not noticed it. The pit arms that carry the air hoses and stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
It's actually pretty cool what they've done there.
Fair
They've
enough.
made it light blue and then put the colour of the Duracell battery on the end.
Lovely turn-in from Invade there for the first sector, or for the middle sector. First part of the middle sector is what I meant to say.
It's amazing what you pick up.
I'm at the end now. Half a second up. This is a good lap from Invade. It's a lot better than the 17-1. He's currently 12th for the moment. As long as he keeps this valid, this will yeet him up solidly into the top 10. But how high can this go? A minute 20 to go. Probably one of his last laps, and it goes only 9th. Wow.
16.6.
Only another 4 tenths off pole position, but 9th for Invade.
Buddy's coming round into the last sector. Last corner.
Only a couple of attempts up,
Oh,
though. He needs to find a bit
almost
more.
loses the rear end.
He's 13th.
Doesn't improve. He can't get round in time to set another lap.
Blaze, our current pole position sitter, is a 10th up. Can Evo respond? 2 tenths down on his run.
I'm with Burnett, who is 400ths up.
Here comes Blaze. This is going to be improvement. 15-7. Boom! Wow! 6/10 ahead of Evo. That is something you're going to have to massively respond to. And Evo, well, that's off track. And is a 10th down. Evo cannot respond. Anybody
Can
respond
Burnett?
to that?
No, Burnett is 200 down.
Time is up now. Session is
Flag is out.
over. Evo's in the pits, so second at best for Evo. Techers. Burnett goes to second. Just beats Evo. Hudson goes to fourth.
Right, Techers.
Sadie's crossing as well.
Into the
Infe
chicane.
goes in.
Oh, he's pushing it. He's losing the rear of the car. It dives into the pits.
Nails it. Runner Red goes to second. Alfa Romeo front row. What can MK6
He dived
do?
into the pits, but missed the. He went the other side of the pit marker board.
MK goes 7th. Dropped Easton down to 8th, and Easton's bailed, so Easton will start 8th, I think. Unless, that's it. Everyone's done.
No, Logan.
Logan's still on? No.
He's going into the pits.
Lay down. So, there's your qualifying. The only two drivers in the 15s is both Alfa Romeos. They have a half a second gap on the field. It's a fantastic qualifying for them. Burnett up to third, drops Evo to fourth, just ahead of Hudson, who's just ahead of Techers and MK6, who set the exact same time to go 6th and 7th. Easton in 8th. Was only a 10th of Burnett in 4th. That's how close that is. With Genghis also at a 16-4, sorry.
Mm.
Wow. Competitive qualifying.
The constructors I'm involved in are like 7th and 10th. So.
Yeah, so.
Well, 7th and 12th. No. 9th and 12th. What am I on?
My drivers are 3rd and 7th. They're both Alpines, so really good. But Alfa Romeo is the ones that are celebrating right now. Half a second over the field. It's 3 temps covering 3rd down to 12th, and it's half a second between 2nd and 3rd. That's how good of a performance there. But Easton in 8th, Genghis 9th, Grunty ends up 10th, just ahead of his former Formula 2 or Division 2 rival, if you could say, Crazy Fish. Bay 12th, Muddy Biscuit 13th, and Maddie, of course, crashed it early on. We never saw what he could do. But, yeah, first blow to Blaze and the Alfa Romeos.
I believe we are going to be restarting.
Oh, yeah, because, yeah. There you go.
Safety car on broadcast view.
Apparently so. But there is going to be your grid. We're going to have a bit of a bit of a break. But from now until then,
Are you going to take us around some hot laps?
yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Do I take around hot laps, or do I go?
I'd say go and get a drink and do whatever you need to do.
I already have my drink. It's fine. Ready. All right. I'll do a few hot laps around Mexico while they get the lobby all set up, and we shouldn't be too long. Hopefully, you won't be seeing my horrifically horrible driving for too long.
Right, I'm going to get myself another beer.
Right,
And I'll be back in a minute.
All right, no worries. All right, so here we are around Mexico. Let's go through a few details of this track as we do this. As I said, you can see my horrible twitchy driving from now until then. Am I actually friends with myself? That would be good. Yeah, there we go. And my setup as well. A 16.7 in TT. You can see a few others there. Invade on a 16.5. Good old camo. Good friend Camo. Eagle on a 16-3 already. F2 division. Looking quite quick around here. There's Runner Red on a 15-7. Of course, this is all TT. Why do we compare each other's TT times? I will never know. Who else we got there? Mr. Cornish on a 17-0. Okay, Cornish. Come on. Step up, step up. We need to be higher than that. Yes, horrible twitchy driving. You know, the smooth steering. It's going to be great. I'm not going to show my setup. But, let's have a look here. Oh god, I'm going to have to drive in this view as well. Hi JD Devil Noob. Oh god, and the assist as well. Give me a second. Why is automatic gears on? Go. Manual suggested. Anti-wheel brakes new. Braking assist off. So it's not full. Yes, full actually. I know that's a controversial thing at the moment, but yes, that's what I use. Full traction, etc. Yes, JD, it's a lobby restart. Would you believe they had safety car on broadcast? That was the problem. Here we go. That should be fine. My twitchy steering. It's what I've been used to for years. There you go. Yes, this Mexico Street Circuit, 13 kilometers, about 8 miles east of central Mexico City. It's hosted 21 Grand Prix so far. Well, according to my books, probably like 22, I think. The book is like a year old. God, it's horrible driving in this view. It's, yeah, 2.6 miles in length. It is 4.3 kilometers as well. 17 corners. Oh, that's why it doesn't feel right, because the whole locking up the brakes. What said this? It's just, oh, it's because I need to be on. I'm sorry. Oh, there we go. That's better. Invade, if you're watching the stream, you're going to have to invite me as well, because I won't not know when the lobby's ready. So if you can, please, that'd be good. Of course, those that didn't know, obviously this is a modern alliteration of the track. The old track used to have this, I'm already been invited, that's great. They had the ovals banking corners, the last one. Used to have a different first sector here, I'll show you in a little bit. So this first sort of complex, obviously very different. Obviously not with the curbing as well, but which you can see right there. And not to hit the curves, but it's right about here you would turn right. So like a open hairpin back in the olden days, like 70s, 80s, probably early 90s. You wouldn't have this section up here. You would have the S's. The middle part, probably very dusty offline as well. But nowadays, where you've got a lot of runoff. Yeah, and then there's a roundabout here that they would basically go straight on, have like a sort of banked right-hander, rather than this fiddly stadium section. And you can see, you can see why they did it, because obviously you've got the fans there as well. And into the final corner, and there is a half-decent 17.8. To begin, we have our invites now, so let's transition. I'm being spammed, so obviously we are ready. Hang on a second. There we go. Spam left, right, and centre, because obviously they're impatient. They want to get going. There we go. Also, it's dry because they've obviously set it to sunny. So we're trying the original. Obviously, the only downside of the restart, obviously, restart was necessary. Don't want the safety car in broadcast. In fact, let me just check the settings are correct. Go sprint and race, 50%, custom grid, custom realistic.
Right, sorry guys, I'm here.
Platformy, immersive, reduce safety car, immersive safety car, formation up is on. Yes. Standard red flag. I think it's standard red flags. Thank you, JD Devil for the tier 1 sub. They've given 6 gift subs to the channel, so thank you very much, JD. See those that received that. Have fun with that. And we are about to get ourselves ready. I was going to ask you, Rodders, obviously, with it being a sprint week, obviously you've got your own race in Division 3 later this week. Are you going to come into the 2 races, obviously thinking whether you qualify for the sprint race, say you qualify like 8th, 9th or something, as an example, are you one of those people that you want to gain as many positions as possible to make the main race obviously maybe a little bit easier with a higher starting grid? Or are you being a bit cautious because you know you've got a main race, you don't want to start the back?
To be honest with you, I'm just happy that I qualify where I qualified, to be honest with you. Not the quickest driver, but if I was hopefully in 8th or 9th, I would try and make my way up the pack as quick as I can without getting hit or, forced wide off the track and losing multiple places and just stuff like that. And then just try and keep that if I can. But everyone is different. Some people like to start at the back, some people don't. But we'll just have to see how it goes. But that's what I'm hoping to do anyway. Just get as many positions as I can.
Yeah.
Really.
I think for me, it would depend on where I've qualified. If I've had, because my qualifying is reasonable, it's like around top 5, maybe just outside top 5. So if it's been a competitive qualifying or I've had a big mistake, then and I'm like 9th, 10th, 11th, not where I'm usually at, apart from a track I don't like. I'd probably go for it if I was like 10th, 11th or something. I'll probably go for it. Try and get to like 6th, 7th for like bare minimum. Go like 110%, with risks involved. But if I was in the top 5, I maybe would be slightly cautious. It's not worth going for like 2nd, 3rd, etc. Thinking that I've got the main race, obviously that's where the big points are. So it's a balance, I think. I think you need to be kind of in between.
In
between, really. In terms of tyres, now, as far as I'm aware, the soft tyres, I'm not sure they're going to last 12 laps. I don't think. Not competitively, anyway. They'll be like really good for the first half, maybe. But for the second half, I'm not too sure. What do you think, Rodders? I think mediums is probably the safest for a sprint race.
Mediums is definitely the safest. Soft tyres, it's definitely going to be a push, whether they can make it or not. I say they will because obviously they're running a lighter fuel load than normal, but it's whether they can not spin up the tyres or spin out or drift the car around the corners or stuff like that. If they can keep it like the cars on rails, it will make it.
According to Biscuits in the chat, but by the way, everyone, thank you very much for watching. We've got 17 viewers so far and seen a load of names that are in there. I mean, half of them are the drivers. I always find funny. Apparently, according to Biscuits, I'd imagine that's Wee Biscuits. It's either Wee Biscuits or
It's either Wee
Muddy
Biscuit or
Biscuit.
Muddy Biscuit.
Yeah. Apparently, we both sound the same.
No, we don't.
No. I mean, I could like get a balloon from somewhere. And, like,
Biscuit 17 is Wee Biscuit.
Oh, okay. I'm not getting a load of vibration, as if I'm driving. Cool. All right, take us through the grid, please, Mr. Rudders.
How would we all like it? We would like it from bottom to top or top to bottom?
I'm already on Maddie, so...
Right, so we'll go from bottom to top. So
Yeah.
in 14th, who crashed out in qualifying, he is in the Ferrari, and it is Matty, 1929. In the Aston Martin in 13th place, we have Muddy Biscuit. In the Mercedes in 12th, we have Invade. In the other Ferrari in 11th is Crazy Fish. In the McLaren in 10th place, we have Grunty. In the other Mercedes in 9th place, we have Genghis Logan. In the AlphaTauri in 8th place, we have Easton. Bit low down the grid for him, but we'll see if he can make up the places through the sprint. In 7th, in the Alpine and your constructors teammate, is MK6. In 16th place, in 6th place, we have in the Williams we have Ipswich Techers. In 5th place, the Haas, and that is JJ Hudson. In 4th place, we have the other AlphaTauri of SLR Evo. In 3rd place, your other constructor's teammate, Michaels, is DXN Burnett. And then we have the two AlphaTauris in 1st and 2nd. In 2nd, we have Red Runner, and 1st, we have Drastic Blaze.
Meant Alfa Romeo, right?
Yes, sorry, Alfa Romeo.
It's fine. I don't know whether you're getting this, but I'm getting this weird thing on a controller. You know how you get the vibration when you change gear and you run on curbs?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm getting that. I don't.
Yeah,
normally.
sometimes you do. It's just a game thing.
Yeah, fair enough. All right, here we go for the sprint race. That's 3, 4, 5 red lights. And lights out and away we go. It's a good start from Burnett. It's a very good start from Runner Red. He's going to take the lead off his teammate as they go down into turn 1. It's a very long run down to turn 1. 400 meters, remember. As there's the Alpine of Dan Burnett. It's going to possibly take the lead nearly. Lost it on the apex, and that's he had to back out on the apex. And there comes Hudson, and he tapped Hudson in his round. Burnett spinning all the way down to the rear. That's a very bad start for the Alpine.
Hudson up 2. Techers up 1. MK6 up 2. Ipswich has moved down. Invade up 3.
Yeah, good, decent start from a few of the drivers there. A lot of gains, not a lot of losses. Apart from Burnett, who's gone down all the way to the rear.
Yeah, loss of 11 places there for Burnett. That's a bit of a sore one, but can he catch up?
This vibration in my controller is really putting me off. The two Alfa Romeos.
Just a game thing.
Yeah.
He has no front wing damage, so he should be okay.
Yeah, looked a really good start from Burnett. It looked like he was going to take the lead from the two Alfa Romeos, but got pinched on the apex. That's to sort of back out of it. And that allowed JJ Hudson to get alongside as MK6 is now moving past Evo.
It's a mix of tyres as well. So the two Alfa Romeos have gone on the mediums to start this. And then you got Hudson and MK6 on the softs behind. So are they going to be able to catch, or are they just going to sit there and then hope in the actual main race that they'll do a bit better?
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how these soft tyres are going to work. Obviously, I think Evo was going to go on the softs, but you've seen the two Alfa Romeos go on the mediums. Problem he's got is now got the two soft tyre runners in between him and the Romeos. He needs to get, I'd say really, he needs to get to third for this, as Easton has just backed out or left the session. So can you pop him a quick invite, please, Rodders, Mr. Easton? That's really unfortunate for Easton. He's going to drop further back.
I don't really want to, but I guess I have to.
You're going to have to. As it comes MK6 on the back of Hudson. Look at that straight line speed of MK in the Alpine. 197 miles an hour. He's got low wings on him. Goes
I've got
the third place.
I've got the race director glitch here.
I got him.
No, I've managed to invite him, but I can't get back to the main menu.
Oh.
So I'm stuck looking at race director.
Can you press the middle button on the controller, sort of back out the game and come back in?
I've got to back out the game and come back in.
No, you know, like a quick sort of, press the middle button, go to home menu, and then back again?
No, don't work.
Can you leave the lobby, maybe?
I can leave the lobby, but it still does the exact same thing, so I've got to restart the game over.
Restart the game, that's fine. No worries. Right, the two Alfa Romeos sprinting the way, which is ironic considering it's a sprint race. Half a second between them. Technically championship rivals here. Blaze doesn't want Runner Red really to keep eking points away. I mean, he needs the points himself. But Runner Red's got the DRS on the back of Blaze here. You're going to be close enough to have a go. Jengus, meanwhile, is in the pits, and Runner Red. Blaze is not letting him through. Why would he? They are teammates as Runner Red nearly loses it on the curbs. Jenkus is in. With the DRS. Back of the Alfa Romeo. He's got MK6 in third, just ahead of Evo, just ahead of Hudson. Evo again needs to at least get by MK6 before this race is run. We're already on lap 4. Third of this race done.
Sprint race.
It does. It absolutely flies by. Evo's all over the back of MK6. They're going to have the DRS. Don't think he's going to go for a move here. Then you got the rest of this pack. You got Hudson, Tekkers, Invade, Grunty kind of in touch as well. You got Easton, Crazy Fish, Muddy, and Matty. Obviously, Burnett and Jengus, I think, are out of this race unless we've got a late safety car to bring them back in.
What happened to Jengus? No, he pitted.
I don't know why he pitted. He must have had a bit of damage, as here comes Evo. The inside for third place, right aboard of Hudson to have a look at it. And safely now to third place. This is where I think the medium tyres start to be a bit better than the softs.
Red Runner getting so close to his teammate.
Oh, Hudson very sideways as Tekkers goes by him. Might open out for Invade. All this mid-pack here. And Evo already pulling away from MK6. So medium tyres are now starting to come into effect. That's basically what the softs are. Give you 4-5 laps and then they're going as MK6. Big wobble through the middle sector.
These Alfa Romeos are racing. Oh, we got a yellow. We got a spinner.
Ah, spin it again. The next race is starting to unravel.
DRS here for Red on his teammate Blaze. They go side by side. Red is now in front.
Definitely an interesting situation here, Rodders, isn't it? Because they're both championship contenders, but they're both teammates. They don't want Evo to kind of get involved. We've still got half of this race left. It's got enough time for Evo to come in.
Well, they're using each other to pull away from Evo.
Eckers goes up the inside of MK6 to take fourth. You got Hudson and Invade having a little squabble. Grunty just watching the pair of them.
You got 4 cars here. From 4th. We've got 5 cars. From 4th to 8th.
Invade is already flashing on his ERS. He's used a lot. Which is another thing we haven't really mentioned about this track, Rodders, is if you're greedy with your ERS, you can't get it back. Well, it's very difficult to.
Sector 2 and Sector 3, you can get some of it back. But you tend to use it down the straights. So, unless you're very clever, you might be able to get 1, if you're lucky, 2% back per lap. Blaze has just got past Red Runner.
It's a late defense from Seckers. MK6 is right alongside. Again, oh so close, and Hudson had to back out of it, and that's they allowed Invade to go alongside it. You've got Grunty trying to stick his nose in.
Oh, with DRS.
3 wide.
Grunty tries to go round the outside.
Oh! Good move
Grunty
from
gets
Grunty.
Invade, though.
Now Tekis has come in. This has allowed Easton and Crazy Fish to come in. I was saying about the front 3 at the beginning of this stream, and the championship, it's really close behind them in the championship. And it's very similar to this race. The front 3 have gone, and you got all this. This is just the sprint race. It's lap 7 of the sprint race, and already fighting tooth and nail. Hudson with a time penalty already. Grunty now landing it on the inside.
It down the inside. Oh. The Haas had to go wide to avoid the collision.
Yeah.
And had to go off track there.
Again, it's that whole medium tyres. Grunty's on the medium tyres. He can push them on a little bit more. I think these guys are struggling on the softs. Is Invade going to have a look on Hudson? I think he might. The worst camera angle. But Hudson just holds him off. But I think on the exit, you can see on the exit, yeah, Hudson's gone too deep. And Invade's down to, well, he's got no ERS left, basically. He's using it to try and burn by Hudson.
Side Hudson and Invade. Just slots back in. Or gets the better traction, no, side by side on the inside.
Oh, it's
could have
just
left
about...
him a bit more room there, but it's fair.
Who's going to back out of this? Neither of them.
No one.
Invade gives a hip and shoulder to Hudson.
Hudson, it did in the end. Look, we got yellow.
Oh, that might have been Crazy Fish and Hudson
Crazy
together.
Fish, yeah. Invade 3 second.
Grunty now shaken off. 2 behind him. He can now go fully on attack on MK6.
Red
Goes
Runner
up.
and Drastic again. Evo's catched them up as well.
Yeah, he's not within DRS though. DRS is so strong around here, and you can just see whenever they get on a straight, they extend the gap. 1.4 seconds though. If Evo keeps pushing, 32%. What is he on like? I mean, Runner Red is on 90% almost. DRS, so Runner Red can like burn it. Maybe push on. Probably aerial shot. Remember, Easton had that disconnect and fell way back, so he's come straight back into this and is involved in this titanic battle going on for now 4th place. Okay, so Grunty's on the back of Tekers.
Runner Red has fallen back a little bit here.
I think he's waiting. Lap 10 still. Look at Blaze. He can't have gone any further to the right if he could. Back across. Perfectly fine, you can do that.
Grunty's just got past Deckers.
I think that shows, doesn't it? The top four all on medium tyres. Even Grunty, who started... Where did Grunty start? Way back, I think. Yeah, he's up 6 positions, so that tells you, doesn't it? Mediums
like
are
10th.
Definitely the way to go.
Mm.
Oh, Invade.
Another 3 second for Invade. That's 6 seconds he's got now.
That doesn't bode well for the main race, does it?
No, MK6 is dropping down. Easton has just overtaken him.
Yeah, even Easton, who had that disconnect, obviously lost a lot of time. He's coming back and he's on the medium tyres, so...
Yeah.
That's it for the rest of the week then. Everyone's going to have to start on mediums. F1 division is basically the guinea pig for the tyre strategies, aren't they? As soon as they...
Pretty much.
As soon as they figure it out, everyone else does the same thing.
Yeah, and then we got the entertainment of F2.
Yeah, tomorrow's race, yeah. Look at how close Runner Red is to the back. He's almost pushing Blaze at the end of that straight.
NK6 has just taken Easton.
Yeah,
Crazy Fish has just taken Hudson.
Yeah, Vade's penalties and Hudson penalties going to drop him maybe out the points. Matty, despite that difficulty at the start, might be able to scrape a point. Oh no, of course, his point's down to 8, isn't it? Keep forgetting.
Yep. It's just whether if Invade can put the time that he needs on Crazy Fish. Hudson now with 6 seconds.
Right, I think it's safe to say, unless these two make contact, either one of them's going to win. And I don't think Blaze has really any response to Runner Red as soon as he uses that battery. Or is he going to hold station? No, he's not. Here we go. As we enter the last lap, Blaze has 4 tenths, but he's got nothing in ERS compared to Runner Red. Here he goes. Swoop around the outside, and he's got enough in reserve to really push away. Blaze going to respond.
Easton on the back of MK6. He moves to the inside. Oh, Easton, you're on the outside of that corner, but you're inside for the next one. Yeah, Easton's got it.
Nice. Invade may have a go as well.
It's just taken Matty. That's like Evo, 3 seconds.
Yeah, that's fine because he's got 7 seconds on Grunty.
Yeah.
Well for the win. Runner Red has timed this to absolute perfection. And has pulled over a second away, so Blaze cannot respond to his teammate. The Runner Red is
so at the minute, with Invade's penalty, he'll drop down to 10th.
Yeah. As Runner Red exits the final corner, he will take the sprint race victory over his teammate. It's a 1-2 for Alfa Romeo. Evo's going to come home in 3rd place. Decent recovery from his qualifying. Grunty is going to come home 4th with a fantastic recovery. Easton 5th, Tekka 6th, MK 7th. Invade is going to drop behind Crazy Fish, so Crazy Fish goes to 8th. Hudson 10th behind Invade. Muddy Biscuit goes up to 10th ahead of Hudson. Maddie 12th. And Burnett and Jengus could not recover at all on their early spins as Burnett chucks it over the line.
Muddy only done that by 3 thousandths of a second.
Wow. That could be key. 10th instead of 11th. Oh, Jengus. Jengus just crossed the line. There you go.
It's across the line, but backwards.
Yeah. Well, nice little taster.
It's looking a bit cloudy now, though.
Maybe there is some rain for the race. I mean, they would have said, actually, people in the chat, but
It's approximate though, so it could say dry and still rain.
Oh no, because we had the restart, they had to set it to custom, don't they? So they don't. It's never going to be
true.
dynamic. So there you go. Runner Red takes the victory, the 8 points ahead of Blaze and Evo. So Blaze goes from 9 points back to 8 points back. So he'll be happy with that. Evo has recovered his qualifying to be within striking distance of his rivals. Grunty as well gets up to 4th. Easton with a very good recovery to 5th despite his connection. Beckers and MK, those softs work for a while, but then they're back to 6th and 7th. Crazy Fish recovers a point for Ferrari, head of Invade, Muddy, Hudson, Matty, Burnett, and Cengiz. The one I'm definitely going to keep an eye on for this main race, Rodders, is Burnett, because he nearly had the victory, nearly had the lead, and qualified very well. So he has the pace to come through and get some points. It's just whether he can will be the question, and whether he's going to get caught up in that midfield bottleneck, basically.
Yeah. Are they going to have another set of mediums? Because if they don't, those medium runners may have made a mistake.
They will, because we had a restart. Oh no, they have to be balanced when we started. Rather than if they pick the softer. I don't know why you would pick the softer, because you're not going to use soft tyres unless in qualifying, which we've already gone through that. So it's a basic reset.
Unless someone's gone for the harder, so then they can get 2 sets of mediums.
Interesting tyre selection at the moment. We've got the front 3 currently on completely different tyres. Red on mediums, Blaze on hards, and Eva on softs. That's probably going to be different though. They probably do like a switcheroo just before the start.
We got Eastern and Techers on hards, along with Invade and Burnett.
Yeah, so for anybody watching, us included, that have their races later this week, sprint race, medium tyres, basically. It kind of went the way I expected with the soft tyres. They work for like 5-6 laps, like really well, but you can't compete against them. But second half of that sprint race, after about lap 6-7, the medium tyres start coming in, and by the end of it, basically the softs have nothing to defend. So that's what it is, I think. I think the only way you could maybe pull the soft tyre strategy off is if you start on the front row and basically bomb it, get out of DRS maybe. But even then, basically if you're caught, that's it, you're done for. So
We'll just have to see what happens down at the first corner, won't we?
It's a very long run down the first corner. Apart from Burnett spinning at the end of the exit with that slight contact with Hudson, we didn't have too much trouble, but we'll see. All right, take us through the grid once again. Do you want to do top to bottom this time?
Yep, so in first and second, we have both Alfa Romeos, with Red Runner this time in first and Drastic Blaze in second. In third, we have the Alpha Tauri of SLR Evo. In fourth, the McLaren of Grunty. In fifth, the Alpha Tauri of Easton. In sixth, the Williams of Ipswich Techers. In seventh, the Alpine of MK6. In eighth, Crazy Fish with the Ferrari. In ninth, the Mercedes of Invade. In 10th, the Aston Martin of Muddy Biscuit. In 11th, we have the Haas of JJ Hudson. In 12th, the Ferrari of Matty. In 13th, the Alpine of Burnett. And in 14th, and last but not least, the Mercedes of Genghis Logan.
Thank you very much. In terms of the tyres, we have Evo, Muddy Biscuit, and Hudson all on the medium tyres. Softs for Matty and Genghis. They obviously want to get track position as soon as possible. Everyone else is on the hard tyres. Very long run down to turn 1. Can left the session again.
Yeah, that whole race director glitch.
Again. Okay.
We get it every time I click the start and go into the race director.
So very, very long run once again down into turn 1. Who is going to make the better start? You'd imagine, as Easton is not going to get a good run. Neither is Invade. Misplacing on the grid. Evo would want to take the lead. He's going to have to take the lead, I think, to stand any chance against these Romeos, who look very...
He's going to have to absolutely bomb it.
Here we go for 5 red lights, 36 laps ahead, and away we go. And it's a better start, actually, for Runner Red. He's really good on those starts. Ahead of Evo. Evo on the medium tyres is not getting a better start than Romeos. Here comes Easton right behind. Got MK6 as well. They head down into turn 1. And it's front free as you are, but it's 2 Romeo, 2 AlphaTauris. Now, as Easton's moved into 4th place, as we all go through clean-ish. Yes, we're good. I think so.
Up to 6th.
All bit of bumping and boring. Techers at the inside of Grunty. Gonna go running outside. Got lovely shots so we can see everything. 2x2.
Bit of bump in there with the Williams and the McLaren of Grunty.
Yeah, Mercedes of Hudson and Invade once again. We've had that. Oh, once again, Invade shoves them back. Another hip and shoulder from Invade on Hudson. Oof.
We're going to have Genghis and Hudson in a minute.
Yeah, as Burnett has just... Oh, both
Ferraris are
What's
down at the
happened
bottom.
here? They're both in the wall. Manny's gone straight on, and Crazy Fish is having got a bit of a spin. Please don't tell me they made contact with each other.
I think they have.
Matty's got wing damage. And this evening is not going very well for the Maranello team, as Evo is split the Romeos. Got by Runner Reds.
I think what's happened is that either Crazy Fish has hit Matty or Matty has hit the wall, and then that's put Crazy Fish off.
Yeah, potentially. So Evo's kind of done step 1 in his mission against the Romeos. He's overtaken 1. I mean, I said on the grid he really needed to be in the lead by turn 1, but this is fine. But he's gonna have to be in the lead before he stops. That's bare minimum. Problem is, you've got top 5 keeping one another. Grunty's fallen a little bit back out of DRS. He's got Techers to deal with. Back in the tyres once again. Genghis has made a few positions on the sauce, but kind of wants to go a little bit more. As Invade already gets a time penalty, we've started on the track limits.
Evo with the fastest lap. Evo seems to be better in race pace than in sprint and quali. Evo gets Blaze.
What he needs to do, medium tyres, better than the hards. And Blaze is under a bit of pressure maybe. He's maybe coming back at Evo.
He needs to pull away now.
Yep, get out of DRS. Maybe his teammate Easton, who is there as well, can start putting the Romeos off a little bit. They're top 5. Grunty just holding off Techers, and then...
He still has to be careful though, because he's got MK behind him. I know he's a bit far off, but he's there.
Yeah, MK got a little bit of a dirty air with the behind. Dirty air for that middle sector is absolutely ridiculous. As Hudson, I think Hudson and Invade again. Would you two get a room? Rubbing tires against each other again. We saw this in the sprint race.
Yeah,
They're
stop rubbing
continuing this
shoulders.
on. Oh, here we go. This is going to be Invade on the back of Hudson.
Evo with another fastest lap.
Checkers
Checkers
has
and
absolutely
Grunty.
flown by. Oh, Jengus, what are you doing? Jengus with the big lunge. Trying to take his teammate and Hudson. He's like, maybe this is. He's seen Invade and Hudson like going at it. He's like, I want to get involved.
Jengus is on the softs.
Yeah. All three wide almost again. What a muddy. As Jengus is pushing. He is. He's blocking Hudson from kind of getting involved with Invade. It's like, I'll protect you, basically. Overtaking the pair of them. And it's basically, well, no, he's basically left them to it. It's like, I've had enough of this. You can deal with it your own way.
A little bit of lag in there from Hudson.
Yeah, it was a bit lag in general, actually. I was on board with Muddy. There's Burnett's right behind this as well. We'll go back to the leaders.
Red is catching drastic. Checkers now with the fastest lap on hards.
Interesting. That lovely shot. Tekers and Grunty still going at it. For sixth, I think Grunty's gone back at him. So the problem for Evo, Rodders, is that he cannot shake away. He cannot get to that 1 second.
No. Because I think every time he does, Blaze is using ERS, well, a tiny bit of ERS to just help him push along a bit.
Again, I think this is going to depend whether Easton can... Would this lot please just calm down? Genghis, Hudson, Invade. I mean, it's lovely, it's entertainment, thank you, but... Like,
the three of you, get a room.
I know, it's just, oh, Invade. Invade's got to be really careful. You saw in the sprint race, he already got 6 seconds. I mean, it's rich coming from me, I know, because I do them a lot, but I'm dreading tomorrow. Hudson again.
Oh, the Aston Martin of Muddy and the Alpha of Burnett might join them in that room.
Basically. Need to go back to the leaders, just in case anything happens. But you can see the background, basically. That room of Hudson and Invade has basically got bigger. Again, Jengus weaving this way and that way. Hudson's not going to run the outside. Muddy's trying to pass Invade. This is the issue. I'm trying to keep an eye on the leaders because there's a second cover in the top 5, but you can't take your eyes off this just in case something happens. Now the two Mercedes are squabbling. Oh, I tensed up because I thought there was going to be a spin for Invade.
This has brought Muddy and Burnett into it.
Yeah. But Hudson's trying to get away.
Evo's lost pace.
Oh, look at that. Lovely aerial shot. Top 4. Easton needs to split the Romeos for Evo. Easton needs to do a job for his teammate. I mean, he's trying. Of course he is. That's the only way Evo, I think, is going to shake them off.
There we go. Blaze gets Evo.
Yep. That's the problem. He hasn't used the better compound, has he? All the way now, he's stuck in it. Runner red. Oh, this is going to be the problem. I'll start singing on the commentary in a minute.
I think you're going mad.
It's a lovely split, isn't it, between the Romeos and the Tauris, and they've got a lovely Alpine just watching it of MK.
Hey, what? No. What? No, should I say? It is
Oh,
Michaels and Rodders.
yep. Big sideways moment from Honored as he tries to keep up. On lap 7 already, out of 36. Flying by once again like the sprint race. Also, want to log you missed the sprint.
Burnett and Logan. Burnett
I
gets it.
think because his tyres is going. Here comes Evo back at Blaze. Is he going to lunge up on the inside?
Invades
better of
in.
it. Ah,
Invades in the
that's
pit.
early.
Yeah, on the hards.
Some tyres, interesting. Yellow flag. Oh, what's happening with Easton? I went off the leaders for a second and Easton's been turned round, I think.
Spun it. Invaders gone from the hards onto the mediums.
There's a early stop on hard tyres.
Yeah.
Maybe he wants to get out the mess. Basically, he wants to clean air. I can imagine, so you didn't see, but I'm putting 2 and 2 together because MK has dropped a bit. I think MK and Easton might have had a coming together off camera. Not good for MK. Remember, he's first impression. What
None of them have got damage.
No. Might have been just like a little spin or something, or maybe I could be wrong. Maybe there's no contact at all. Again, 2 and 2 together, because MK's off the way. What a lol. Championship lead. Basically, you've got Blaze at the moment is 8 points now after the sprint race, behind Evo. That is your championship battle, and in fact, actually, the top 3 are basically the top 3 in the championship, not in the exact order. Is what you've got at the moment. As it stands,
Burnett gets muddy.
If it finishes like this, Rodders, Blaze ahead of Evo and then Runner Red, I believe it would be a point. Yeah, 7 points. Yeah, it'd be a point that Evo would have going into next week's race, which is France, actually. It's next week's. Can't get any closer than that with five races to go. There's still plenty of this race to go. Only on lap 9. Look at their tyre strategies in the pit stops to go. What's going on back here? Basically got Techers and Grunty who can't catch up to the leaders, having their own little battle for 5th. Easton kind of recover from that spin. Obviously his tyres would be absolutely blazing hot now. It's fallen into the crutches of Hudson, unfortunately. Bennett's quietly moved himself up to 9th, which is good.
Yeah, he's getting there.
The other 2 Ferraris have had their troubles. Invade with that. I'm still thinking it's an odd early start from Invade, but it's obviously some kind of strategy here. Double medium maybe, because I don't think his tyres will go to the end.
Hudson gets past Easton.
Yeah,
Hudson goes off track though.
That's the problem for Easton now, isn't it? He's now in a midfield battle when he was in the battle for the lead.
Yeah. He is on that harder compound tyre though, so might be able to make up some space.
Oh, Evo's had a horrible middle sector. Runner Red is all over the back of him. I think he's got DRS now, but if Evo's not careful, he will lose it going through the stadium section. He's got to make this like the best sector of his life.
I think the medium tyres are starting to go here.
Yeah. Yeah, he's lost DRS and he realises this and he's in the pits. Evo in. I think he needed to do that right there and then because he'd lost DRS. Back of Blaze.
How far down is this going to drop him though?
Needs clean air. Soft tyres.
He's going for a 2-stop then.
Okay.
I would have put the hards on.
Interesting one.
and gone to the end.
Maybe
But it's
they
definitely
can't.
interesting.
Oh. Burnett's now moved by Hudson. The Burnett's, as I expected, Mr. Burnett in the Alpine is recovering his sprint race demise. Already up to 7th.
Yeah, what some people are doing 2 stops.
Again, no. Even though we've raced this track like last season. Or did we race this track last season? Maybe we didn't. But
No.
these guys are the guinea pigs, aren't they? They figure out the tyre strategy, which is the best one, and then we all follow. So we don't know. Maybe 2 stops
I
either
tend
way.
to do my own thing most of the time.
We'll see what works out. But the good thing for Evo, he is in clean air, so he can possibly make that work.
You've known me before, Michaels. You've seen me racing a couple of times. I've been near at the front and I've gone, right, I'll go on hards to start the race. I'm a bit different to everyone else. When clearly medium tyres are the better option, I tend to either go like hard or soft.
Oh. Goes Burnett on the inside of Easton to move into 6th place.
Question here from Watnell in the chat. Michaels, how are you looking for tomorrow?
I'm going to respond to that. I was waiting till this battle is over here. Between Easton and Burnett. Answer reasonably-ish. But if I told you what, lol, this is basically the scene where I got disqualified before because of track limits. Yeah. And that's trying, by the way. I didn't get disqualified purposely. But, yeah. Unreasonable is going to be track limits once again to do it, so we'll see. But F2,
for me,
you know,
I've done no practice whatsoever so far.
Here comes Runner Red. It's deja vu, basically. With the on the sprint race. How many penalties is that? It's well, that was in an older game, which
I think it's like 30 seconds.
Yeah, something like that. It's 30 seconds, and then if you do it again, it's a disqualification, basically. Pincus is still on his soft tyres. I'd imagine they are absolutely screaming at him, but he's trying to keep it going.
Tyres are done.
Field, though. Yeah, they're done, but you can see. You see right there. We're kind of split off into little groups at the moment with the tyre strategies going on. Matty's into the pits.
Ferrari's in.
Yeah. Matty's had a difficult... Matty's had a very difficult one to forget at the moment. Nice line there from Easton.
I wouldn't blame him if he retires now, to be honest. About to be a lap down as well.
Yeah.
There you go, been lapped.
Yeah, there goes Blaze back ahead of Runner. In my defence, Montalol, with my disqualification at this track, is Easton going to get by Burnett? I think so, yep. And a little squabble for 6th. Yeah, my defence Montalol, really is no defence to getting disqualified the track limits. I wasn't liking the game. That's one reasoning. I admit, I was on medium traction. I'm not anymore. And medium traction, the car spits out a lot more. Plus, I also think I don't know if you agree with me with this, Rodders. But I feel like the track, especially the middle sector, is wider, ever so slightly. I don't know.
From what I've seen, it doesn't look like it. It may seem like it is, but don't think it actually is, just from this camera view. I couldn't tell you because I've done no practice around here on this game for it, so it is what it is.
Yeah, I mean, I'm only basing it off very little time trial practice. As all of a sudden, MK, who was with the leaders, is maybe he did get slight wing damage from whatever happened with Easton because he had dropped, and he's now in this battle between Grunty and Tekkas, which has been going on since, well, lap 3. So maybe there's something going on with MK. All of a sudden his pace isn't really there. Could be mediums dropping off, but could be something else.
It is. 14 lap old mediums. Yeah, they're coming to the end of their lifespan.
I was thinking, like, he was with the top 2, and he's now 6 seconds behind them. I mean, yeah, as what Nalo was saying, the Alfa Romeos are clearly working with each other, pulling away, DRS style.
Yeah, you'll get about 16 laps out of mediums.
Okay, not going in though. And he's just have DRS on Grunty, which should be enough to hold Tekkas at bay. Lap 16, we're just under halfway. Money Biscuit in the pits. So you currently got the stops. So Evo, Invade, and Jengus have already pitted once. Obviously, got Maddie, who just wants this race to end at the moment. Already pitted twice, but Evo, he is going very quickly, Evo. And in fact, he's going to go by Hudson, who's yet to pit.
Jengus gets Muddy Biscuit. That's because Muddy Biscuit has just pitted and put on a set of hards. So he's going to the end of the race.
I mean, Evo is flying. There's no doubt about that, but
he is on the softs.
Yeah. But you know he's got to pit again. So if the Romeos, as Tekkas nearly hits the back of MK, if the Romeos pull off a one stop, Evo's got nothing, basically.
Yeah. MK's in.
16 lap medium, so I'd imagine he'd go onto the hard tyres.
Yeah, hard. Yep.
Hudson in as well. Now Evo's caught up to the back of his teammate who's yet to pit. And imagine Easton is not really going to put up a fight here.
How many laps can they take these hards?
19, 20 laps I would have said. Give or take.
Yeah, possibly.
You can see the difference. That Evo is almost pushing the net now. Almost thinking of an inside move, because this is the problem now. They stuck behind Burnett through the middle sector and he can't do a thing about it. Here's the other thing as well. So he will take the lead once the Romeo's pit. He's done such an undercut on them, he'll have the lead. But if he has to pit again and they don't, he's then going to catch them again.
Yeah. So technically he is P1 as it stands.
Yeah. Hard to say though. That's going to work out as Easton is taking advantage of Burnett not allowing Evo to go through, but not really fighting it. Managed to catch him unawares.
Getting the slipstream off of his teammate though.
Great move there. Hard to say at the moment, like, which is going to win out between Evo and the two Romeos at the moment. Evo's 14 seconds off the lead, and catching them like every sector is like half a second. It's working in that regard, but again, these two, they're basically DRSing each other. Bennett is in. So Bennett has done 18 laps, 17 laps. It's hard to imagine. You go to not softs, mediums. Yep. So he's going one stop as well.
Burnett onto mediums.
He'll come out behind Hudson and just in front of the two Mercedes. Invade, who's gone on that very, very early two-stop. And Genghis, who may be going to the end potentially. So right in this whole kerfuffle for bottom end of top 10.
It's interesting on the strategies on how people are actually running them. Because Evo now, those tyres of his should be going off. Or at least starting to, but he's still gaining time. So unless he's come up with an infinite tyre grip cheat.
No. Again, though, it's fascinating to see how the Romeos are kind of working with each other.
Yeah. Surely they've got to be pitting on this lap. Well, at least one of them has got to be pitting on this lap. And then put a set of mediums on.
Comes Hudson. It's already made you one move, mate, so you can't make any more. So Bennett is straight through 9th place. Now he can start chasing after Crazy Fish to begin with, and then he's got 8 seconds to catch MK, but he is on the faster compound, so we'll keep an eye on that. Never mind, time penalty. That bodes well for the Alpines, doesn't it? Considering one has already got one.
Yeah, well, 3 seconds. That's 12th. I'd say 11th now, to be honest.
Blazers in. It's about 19 or so laps on the hard tyres. Either will go ahead of
mediums.
Question is, how far behind Evo is he going to be?
Grunty pitted as well, and Easton. We've got a yellow. Looks like we had an instant between, believe it or not, Genghis Invade and Hudson.
Basically these three. Honestly.
Had to be those three, didn't it?
Easton is also in the pits and is going to come out. Why is that camera wobbly? Oh, of course, Easton comes out basically in this. The two Mercedes and Hudson, who are still going at it, and they're going to split either side of Easton. Hudson goes right on the inside. So, Easton's going to love this, basically. He's come out in this squabble. Sneaks ahead in the Mercedes. So, where is Blaze? So, Blaze is only 8 seconds behind Evo. Evo needs to pit again. So
how is Evo keeping these tyres running as Red Runner pits? 3 second time penalty Invade.
Another one. Echo's also in.
Mediums for Red Runner. Evo stayed out. Tekken's is in the pits. Drastic Blaze will go through a pair of them.
But he's on a huge undercut on his teammate as well.
Yeah.
Undercut is so strong around here.
Burnett with the fastest lap.
Yep.
Easton gets Hudson.
Oh, what are we doing?
And Genghis and Easton get Crazy Fish as well as Hudson.
Oh, Easton was trying to get...
Crazy Fish's tyres are gone. 21 lap hold hard.
Well, compared to those around him, basically.
Yeah.
Sitting duck.
Well, in Fade has done 14 laps on mediums.
Easton's trying to get rid of Genghis. Genghis almost picked his nose still in. Easton's back up to 8th. Trying to recover something from this.
Evo's not pitted.
Gonna pit now? No. He did a 120.9. Compared to Blaze's 18.6 fastest lap. Nearly 2 seconds he's just caught.
He has to pit.
So I just had a thought what Evo could do. Because he could.
18-1 for Easton.
Nice. I'm thinking Evo can go double as Blaze has just let through Runner Red. Okay. Are they working again? Maybe working again, potentially?
Stars has said Evo has changed his strat so he can
be on the same tyres by the end.
Yeah. As the leaders.
But I'm thinking, can Evo actually go double soft from here? Like, if he can push these another couple of laps. If he goes on mediums, what I'm basically saying, if he pits to mediums, there's no chance he's catching back up. Because he'd be on the same tyre compound and he'd only be like a couple of laps pressure.
He needs to push it at least another 2 laps.
What's going on with Blaze? Blaze got damage. He just...
No, Blaze has got no damage.
He's dropped way off the pace.
Might be just looking after those tyres.
Yeah. I wanted to... Because he was catching Evo, then slowed down, let Runner Red go ahead, and now he's 1.5 seconds back. It's odd.
I tell you what he might be doing, he might be building up the RS.
He definitely needs to, though.
Yeah. Warming up tyres as well, apparently.
Good old one. Lap 24. Evo continues around. He's not staying out to the end. There's no way he can get softs another 11 laps. That's for sure.
No. He'd be pitting this lap.
So yeah, what I think he's trying to do is he's going to try and get another set of softs.
Yeah.
Or praying for a safety car. Or praying for a safety car, which, by the way, in 2 races, touch wood, as Tekkas has done a big load of lag in front of Grunty. In 2 races, we haven't had a single safety car.
Which is better than what I can say for any other division.
Yeah. Maybe it's this track. Maybe we're not going to get a lot of safety cars at this track. Famous last words.
Yep, you said it, not me.
Right, so let's give us a little rundown. Lap 25 of 36. We've got just over 10 laps to go. So Evo is currently in the lead, but he needs to pit again. We've got Runner Red.
Evo almost
Evo in. How did you know? How did you know that? He wasn't going in on my screen.
I can tell from the track map.
Okay. Fair enough. So Evo is now in. This has to be for a set of softs. And it is. So now it's up to him how high he gets.
If you look at the track map, when they go around that last corner, they cut it a bit tighter to go in there.
No, but what I'm saying is when you said he was in, he was still at a corner left.
I knew he was in because I could tell that from the angle of the track map on how he was going in.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, you've still in the stadium. Anyway, right. So he's come out in 8th. This is now all up to Evo. How high he gets? Can he catch the front two when he's 18 seconds off the lead? He's basically needs to catch him.
That's a push.
2 seconds a lap.
That's a push. He's not getting 2 seconds a lap.
Yeah, and hope that his tyres don't fall off, basically.
So from here, he's got to catch Easton.
Easton first. I don't imagine Easton will put up a fight.
He has to be within 3/10 of Easton to have the 2 seconds.
Yeah. But he is flying. Speaking of flying, though, here comes Tekker's on the back of MK. This is a battle for 3rd place. Top 2 look almost a shoe-in for victory, as Grunty might be looking at 2 cars here. Right on the inside, 3 wide. And Grunty... I shouldn't laugh, I'm sorry. You missed your brakes. Oh, ambitious. It's good. Good effort. I mean, he's going to love me after this, but... Ipswich now is overtaken MK, and Grunty's got to try again.
We like the effort, but it was a bit stupid.
I mean, I try not to be too harsh, and you just kicked him down again.
Well, Grunty, there is such thing as brakes, and braking at the right time.
all right. I think you've done enough. I think you've done enough. All right.
We love you really, Grunty, but
So, Evo's bringing the time into his teammates. So, I'm going to catch Runner Red's lap. So, 19.2 for Runner Red. Let's have a little comparison. So, 19.2 for Runner Red. Let's see what Evo does in his tyres. He's already within DRS of his teammate. And he's going to do a 18.2. So, that's second and a half, I think. Yeah. And he's got to overtake those around him as well.
Yeah.
Plenty of ERS though as well, so he can use that at his disposal. Easton's going to go by Burnett. I don't think Burnett's going to put up too much of a fight here because he understands. Evo's through. And imagine Easton... Well, be careful, Easton, because he's got Burnett here. Uh-oh.
Runner Red, 3 seconds.
Not calamitous for Runner Red because he's got 6 seconds on his teammate, but it'll be interesting. Grunty, though, that might hurt him a bit. No, hurt him a lot, actually. Battle for 3rd place.
Well, it's not going to hurt him because NK is 3.2 behind him.
Yeah, but if he catches like Tekker's in front of him, he's then going to pull another 3 seconds.
Logan, 3 seconds.
Trying to rack up a little bit. Laps to go. I think maybe Evo can get to 3rd if he continues this pace. But he's got to have no resistance from MK or Grunty to maybe, I think, catch. How far is he behind the lead? He was 18 seconds. It's 15 seconds. He's not catching Runner Red. I don't think...
Unless Runner Red and drastic hit each other or they both spin out.
Yeah, can he catch Blaze, maybe? I mean, he's already on the back of MK.
It's going to be close.
Hudson and Jengus still fighting over now 9th place. Vader's unfortunately dropped a wave, but he is on soft tyres, so he may join them at the end. You can see
Nice
how
helicopter
much.
shot from me through the stadium section.
Because of Hudson again, yellow flag.
Oh, car going off track.
Jengus and Hudson, yeah. MK managed to get into the slipstream of Evo. Evo doesn't really want this. And yeah, burns a bit of ERS to say, nah, you're not coming back at me. Should be able to pull away now. So his next target is Grunty, who is 3.5 seconds ahead. That'll be nothing by next lap, I reckon. I think Blaze is possible, because Blaze is starting to drop away.
It'd be 1.5, I reckon.
Hudson's
has just left the session.
Oh.
He's retired in pits.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Oh, late.
No, he hasn't. He's left the session, then his car's retired.
Yeah. Well, I hope that doesn't trigger a safety car. I was literally going to say... No, it's all good.
No.
I was just going to say a late safety car would be very interesting at this point.
It would be. Everyone would come in and put softs on.
Right, so lap times at the moment. 20.2 for Blaze. What does Evo do? He does... fastest lap 17.9.
He was 3.3 off of Grunty. He's now 1.5.
Is 7 seconds off of Blaze. At this rate, he'll catch Blaze on the last lap.
We got a Ferrari that's ghosted on the track.
That'd be Maddie's a lap down, I think.
That's why.
Yeah, because Crazy Fish is on the back of Invade and Muddy Biscuit for the last point. Easton and MK still having a little battle, which, again, putting 2 and 2 together, I could be wrong, but it felt like they had a
second now. Evo is behind Grunty.
Yeah, Evo's going to get Grunty. And then, I mean, it would have had Grunty anyway on penalties. Already looking at the stadium section, and he goes a bit wide on the exit. That might be difficult going down the main straight, because Grunty may come back at him.
He's going to get Techers. I don't think he'll get Blaze.
4 laps to go.
Yeah, he needs 2 seconds a lap. Get Blaze.
See, I mean, there has been a couple of laps where he's been near that pace, but to say, and again, it goes back to, remember when Blaze backed off to let Runner Red go through, and then kind of went off the pace a little bit. Might cost him.
Yeah, it obviously did.
Right, let's bring penalties up. So Grunty can hold on to 5th, I think. He's got enough of a gap over Easton, who has,
For the minute.
has both Alpines for company. Run you through with 4 laps to go. So Runner Red in the lead, in control, it seems. 1.5 seconds over Blaze. Oh, there goes MK with a penalty. Blaze in second. Be relatively happy with this at the moment, but 20.1, he's consistent. It's low 20s. And Evo's was on a 19.2, so his pace is going off Evo. Difficult lap. So he's in 4th. Catching Techers. Can Techers hang on to the podium? Grunty in 5th. Easton 6th. Ahead of the 2 Alpines of MK and Burnett. Genghis in 9th, Invade in 10th, hanging on to the point, but his penalties will drop back. So Crazy Fish once again will sneak a point away on the race like what he did in the sprint. And you got Muddy and Matty. Muddy is not that far off a point, but Matty has had an entire evening to forget, I think. I think both races have not been to his liking.
Yeah. Bit of a disastrous one for him.
Oh,
don't let him get you down, Matty. Keep going.
Let's not forget as well, Matty was in Division 2 early part of this season. Moved to F1, and I think he's done relatively well considering the step up he's had to do very quickly.
It took me a good couple of seasons to get to where I am.
Yeah. Lap 34, so ERS levels more or less the same. Evo, if he gets within DRS attackers, he'll have a lot more to play with.
He's catching Techers, but I don't think he's catching Techers quick enough.
Yeah, his tyres are gone. His tyres are gone from the 2-second advantage that he had. Runner Red's got to be slightly cautious because he has that penalty, remember? The gap drops down a bit too much.
If Blaze can get 1.2 seconds in these remaining laps, then he gets first.
Oof, Evo very close to track limits there. Might have been a warning. And this is
definitely catching.
This is a massive position for the championship. Those that are keeping tabs of how the championship going. So 18 compared to 12 will be 6 points if it stays like this. Which means there's Blaze was 9 points before the sprint race.
5-second penalty, speeding in the pit lane.
Yeah, Matty's done. He was waiting for a safety car to maybe bring him back, and now we got past that point. So for him, it's a shame, but he'll be back in France next week, hopefully.
Yep. Be nice to see him there in France.
Yeah, so it was 9 points. Blaze was behind. Blaze beat Evo by a point in the sprint race, so that goes down to 7. At the moment, it's 6 points. Wait, is it 6 points? Fastest lap. Be 5 points because
it's Matty's car on track.
Yeah, that's fine. Be 5 points because of the fastest lap for Evo. So in total, this will cut the lead down to 3 points. Evo will have going into France if he finishes like this. However, if he passes Techers, all of a sudden that's an extra 3 points. It would be crucial by the end of this. He's so close to DRS. We're on the last lap. Got to burn the ERS. Techers has none left at all.
He's within DRS as well now. Evo has none.
Oh, Evo was so much better in turn 1 and 2 and 3. He's gone all for that section. Techers nearly loses it. This is a crucial move. Championship potential in here, and Techers manages to hold him off. Meanwhile, Runner Red is only on Runner Red's only on 3.6. Runner Red's got to be careful. If he goes through the middle sector for another time, he'll be back-to-back victories if he can get it. This is massive for Evo. He's going to lunge it into the stadium section. He's going to get one last DRS. Not going to be close enough. Techers is going to hold on. Techers might hang on to this, but Evo's going to try around the outside. Runner Red's going to win this. Picks up the sprint and the main race. Blaze is going to come home second. Can Techers hang on? No, Evo's lost it! On the last corner.
No, Evo!
No! He's driving backwards. He's lost it to Grunty. He's still driving backwards. This is terrible. Evo drops to 6th. Unbelievable.
Evo!
He's lost the championship lead. I think. 18-8. Yeah. That effort to try and get Tekers on the line, he spun it in the last corner. It's dropped into 6th place. Easton picks up 4th, meanwhile. Grunty 5th. 2 Alpines. And then the 2 Mercedes will pick up the last points, I think.
Yep.
Oh. That's massive, that is. Wow.
What a shame for Evo. All that hard work and then for the last corner.
Oh, apparently Invade
Driver
did...
of the day was Evo.
Yeah, apparently Invade pitted for damage. That's why he got it so early.
Okay.
Oh, Evo. It's that thing, isn't it? Because if he'd settled for 4th behind Tekers, he'd be in the lead by 3 points. Instead, my maths are correct. So yeah, Blaze has beaten him by 10 points. He was 9 behind, so this switches to a point lead for Blaze. So basically, that because Blaze didn't finish in the points in Canada, and Evo got a podium, it's now switched back. All of a sudden, that advantage is gone again. Ow. Right. Results for the main race. Runner Red in the end only beat Blaze by 4/10 because of his penalty. But a domination for the Alfa Romeos tonight, both sprint and the race. Tekers with a podium in 3rd. Easton in 4th. Grunty 5th. Evo drops to 6th. The fastest lap. Need to get something there. MK 7th, Bennett in 8th. Genghis 9th and Invade in 10th. Then Crazy Fierce, Muddy and Hudson.
I've invited Tekers and Blaze. I can't do Red because he's on PC.
Yeah.
Give me 1 second.
Oh god, I keep trying to find people, trying to invite them. I keep leaving. Sorry. Eastern.
Are they going to be joining us?
I've only managed to invite Eastern at the moment. I'm trying to get the others. Where is Tekers? There's Tekers.
If we can't get them, I would like to speak to Matty.
Oh, we got 1 so far, which is better than
I'm
nothing. But
I'm going to get Matty in here.
I mean, if you want, meant to be top 3 if we can, but many as we can.
I would just like to speak to Matty just to see what went on.
Okay. Let's give Tekers and Blaze one more go. Okay, Blaze doesn't want... words, so that's... Anybody else? You might just have the only one. See if Grunty joins, and I think that'll be the last effort we'll try. For now, let's have a word with Easton. Easton, include your commentary, please, or audio. Okay, thank you. And let's talk you through the. Have a word about your couple of races, because unfortunately, because obviously you had that disconnection in the sprint race, and unfortunately I missed whatever happened down in turn 1 in the main race. It's this evening of recovery base, it seemed to be, which is a shame as well, because it seemed that you had the pace to be with your teammate and both Alfa Romeos. So obviously talk us through the sprint race first of all. Obviously a very good recovery from the disconnection. Talk us through your first race to begin with.
Yeah. I can't even remember what happened. I DC'd and then just
Drove back.
had a look. Yeah, and then just people started fighting people and being trackheads on softs. And yeah, work smartly instead of for ego, I guess.
All good. And then we got to the main race. As I said, unfortunately I missed what happened in the first corners. Can you obviously talk us through that without obviously naming and shaming?
Oh no, I'm going to name and shame.
Okay, go for it. Go for it.
MK was a bit of a genius, we'll say. He was 7/10 onto the straight. He burned his whole battery to get alongside me on tyres that were much more worn than mine, and they blew me up, basically.
I thought that was the case. And as I said, a big shame as well, because you were keeping up with the leaders. In fact, all 5 of you were. So, yeah, kind of cost you both that move, or as silly as it sounded. So, yeah, you had to spend the rest of that race recovering. And a lot of battles as well that you had to fend off. In the end, you got a 4th place. Obviously, due to your teammate's spin on the last corner, to come home in 4th place, but reasonably happy with your efforts tonight?
Yeah, obviously could have been more if I'd actually done practice, because I know my PV of all time was like a 15.5 or something. So if I actually done practice, I could have obviously done better in quali and been closer in the sprint and that. But yeah, it's the best of a bad situation.
Now, obviously, you've I think you joined like midway through this season into the F1 division. Obviously, you're the previous champion of this division as well. Does that mean for next season you're going to start from the beginning, or what's your plans for? Obviously, it depends on the new game, though, doesn't it?
To be honest, I'm only really racing this season to make up the numbers, because I was focusing on other things. Hence why I never done any practice for tonight. I'm just here to make up the numbers. Obviously, and I'm here for the fun aspect as well, but I guess there's not really much fun driving around about yourself, really. But yeah, I'll be back next week, and it'll depend on what's happening with the new game if I start from the start next season.
Yeah, speaking of next week, obviously we head to France next week. Is that a particular track that you're fond of?
Yeah, I would say it's a good track for me. Don't get me wrong, probably won't end up practicing due to other commitments, but we'll be there anyways.
Well, best of luck for next week in France, and thank you for your drive as well. Your battles were really good to see. So thank you very much for the entertainment, and we're down on your points today.
Thank you.
Rodders, do you want to have words of Grunty as he's joined us? I think that's all we're going to have tonight. But all good, still the same.
You included your comms, Grunty?
I have indeed.
Sprint race seemed to go okay for you. Just talk us through how you think it went today.
Quali was a bit of shambles, to say literally. The practice before I did a 16.1, but then only managed to like a 16.5. Forgot to turn my AS on the last lap, so obviously that cost me a lot of time. Started, I think, P10. Just literally kept my own race. I was just camping right behind people and just waiting. And then as soon as I spotted like 3 of the drivers in front of me have red lights like flashing, so they got Louis RS, I just went for it. Like I went for Hudson, I think. I think I went for a double dive bomb down the bottom straight, but I think Hudson got ahead. Dive bomb Hudson down into the hairpin. I just made moves where I can. I finished P4, which I was quite happy with. But the race was alright. The setup wasn't really made for, especially the end of the race. I expected safety cars and stuff, so the setup was made for like the first like 40% of the tires. So as soon as we got to like the last 3 laps, the tires just really struggled, and obviously lost out to Easton by 2/10, which is a pain in the ass. But that's fine. And then obviously Evo span on the last corner, so managed to sneak in a P5 there, which was quite nice.
So your tyre strategy didn't go the way you actually wanted it to, depending on the obviously conditions of the race.
Yeah, it was more like I expected safety cars with a place like Mexico, with the tight corners and stuff. You'd expect spinners, you'd expect people to make contact and stuff, but there was no safety cars, which is probably like the second race running we've had no safety cars, which is a bit mad, really. So yeah, the setup was there for the first 40% of the tires, so I couldn't really capitalise unfortunately towards the end of the race.
So obviously, with your races going as it is, was you expecting this weather? Was you expecting rain? Obviously, with some of the collisions that have happened round on track, you didn't get involved in any of that. But you managed to make your way through perfectly fine. So that was good to see. And, sorry, you obviously losing the position at the end to Easton by like 2/10. But how are we looking for France next week?
Not too bad. I mean, I quite like France, but again, it's just penalty heavy, isn't it? I mean, the only reason why I got penalty today was because I think I got pushed off track at one point by someone, and that gave me one warning. Obviously, didn't make up for the other 2, but you'd expect a lot of penalties next week with the track being as it is. But it always rains around France every time I race around it, so I'm not looking forward to it.
Well, let's just hope it doesn't rain for you for once.
Hopefully.
Yeah, I'm expecting rain because I do better in the rain, but yeah. But anyway, is there anything you wish to add, Michaels?
No, very similar to Eastern. Enjoyed the battles, especially in the sprint race. Because I said obviously that you guys are basically the guinea pigs in tire strategy, and I discovered that obviously you went from 10th to I think it was 4th in the sprint race because you were on the medium tires.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's mediums. It's mediums in the sprint race, not softs.
Softs are great for the first 4 laps, 5 laps, and then they die off.
Yeah. So, yeah, good stuff. Good points for you, Grunty, over the races. I mean, you're kind of in a battle in the championship, I think, with, I hope you don't mind me saying, best of the rest. Behind.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Yeah. And you're chasing down your old F2 rival, Crazy Fish. So, and I think you've gained quite a bit on him tonight. So, battle can resume in France for the rest of the races. But yeah, good stuff.
Yeah, me and Fisher got a little bit of a hidden rivalry going on.
All right then. Well, yeah, good luck with France.
Hope it's a healthy rivalry.
Oh, very healthy.
Oh yeah, respectful.
We support each other.
Respectful, yeah. All right, and obviously we're hoping to speak to obviously both Alfa Romeos and etc. But they're very happy, I presume, with their result. I think Blaze said in the chat he didn't want to join, but if my maths are correct, and obviously Stewart's depending, he will take the championship lead back off of Evo in the basically hot potato of the championship lead. After this result, in the end, a dominant display from both Alfa Romeo drivers, helping each other. And Runner Red, obviously, with both victories, maybe heaps himself into this battle and could have a freeway before the end of the season. But yeah,
Drastic Blades is currently first in the championship, just FYI, before this race.
Thought he was.
No. 165 Drastic Blades, 158 to Eco.
But I didn't think that included Canada. I don't think it was up to date yet. That's
what I've seen. Might not be. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't particularly care.
Okay, fair enough. But yeah, good set of races for Mexico, and then they'll be back next week for France. Rodders, good couple of races basically. We now know what the tyre strategies are, and no safety cars, which is, I'm trying not to sound too surprised. Basically, normally we get a load.
Well, this is the second race in a row where there's been no safety cars, so can we see many more races in a row where we're not going to see any safety cars?
Well,
it's yet to be seen.
Well, if I said to you what the rest of the tracks are, I mean, we've got one in particular, Jeddah, coming up in a couple of weeks, which is safety car heaven, I think. So I don't think we're rid of them just yet, but just to run you through for anybody who is still watching and or watches this back at any point, we've still got France. So obviously next week we've got Hungary after that, Brazil, so we've got to go to Saudi Arabia, Jeddah, as I mentioned, Miami, the penultimate one, and then we've got Spain, the 100% race is our finale. So
I'm not looking forward to the Spain 100%.
I'm looking forward to it. If that ends up being my only race win of the season, then I'll take it. But I think that's it. I think that is it. But for the rest of the week, obviously we have 3 more Mexico races to go. We have F2 tomorrow, the likes of Watnalol, who has a pretty good championship lead, if I remember looking at it. Can he maintain it, or can everyone else close the gap? Can myself, Eagle, Nasri, any of those close the gap for him? The F3 division?
With me and Harvey OC on comms tomorrow.
Okay, that should be fun. F3 will be JD and Orphan, I believe. I miss F3's race, but of course we have a Titanic battle going on for that in that championship between Patronus, Fishsticks, and who else was in there? Willy Bum as well. And then we've got F4 to round it all off on Thursday. So make sure you see us for all that. But from myself and Rodders and everyone here, have a good evening and see you next time.
Good evening, everyone.